So guys, the long-awaited information is finally out. Report is saying that Peter Obi has concluded plans to leave the Labour Party. Although the Labour Party is saying they are not bothered, that is not going to affect them. Nigerians, ask me who made the Labour Party. Labour Party was unknown until Peter Obi joined, and with the Obidients movement, Labour Party popularity skyrocketed. Now they are claiming that whether Peter Obi leaves or not, that they don't care. So guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this, analysis about Peter Obi moving from the Labour Party. Obidients cannot but, see this happen as soon as possible, because we've all been saying that the best thing for Peter Obi to do is for him to leave, because we believe that with Abure as chairman, anything can happen. They've already told Peter Obi that the seat is no longer reserved for him. So Peter Obi should come and be fighting with others over who becomes the next presidential candidate of the party. So now, finally, Peter Obi is concluding on plans to exit the Labour Party. We are going to keep you guys updated. Just take a look for yourself.
The Labour Party is saying they're not afraid of the immediate movement, leaving to ask you a question. What happened to the Labour Party? Is it true that maybe monies were collected by some party executives within the Labour Party that created the destabilization of the Labour Party during the tribunal, after the tribunal, in a situation that somehow the Obidient movement no longer resonates with the goals of the Labour Party? What's your take on that?
Yeah, Labour Party at this moment is going for extinction because the leaders of the Labour Party sold it off, After the Labour Party did so well in Lagos and Abuja during the 2023 general election, the ruling party...
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we lost you a bit there, but continue.
Yeah. We were able to make an inroad into Labour Party and from the top disorganize it to where we are now. So what we are seeing as Labour Party now is just like carcass. There is nothing in Labour Party any longer. The stream of Labour Party is actually the Obidients. And the Obidients, any moment they are going to withdraw their loyalty from Labour Party, and probably Obi is going to move on with Obidients, because without Obidients there is no Obi, and without Obi there is no Obidients. So they just anchor their glory with Labour Party, but Labour Party did not really understand or did not really appreciate the enormity of popularity and the profile, bringing their profile to a high level when they came into that party. So they are going to withdraw their loyalty and going to withdraw everything that has to do with Obidients and Labour Party. That relationship is going to end next.
But Meche Oswald is confirming that if the Obidient movement leaves the Labour Party, that the Labour Party will not feel their absence. That obviously the Labour Party has more of grassroots identification. That is, those at the grassroots level can actually easily identify with them than any factions created within the movement. So the big question is this: how do you think this will affect situations, especially for Peter Obi's political career? Is there a possibility, because if you have been noticing Peter Obi's movement lately, he has literally just been with his Obidient movement. We've not seen him wear the party logo in most of his philanthropic activities. He's been speaking as an individual, opposition political, as an individual. He's been speaking against this administration in terms of critiquing this administration as an individual, but not as a Labour Party member. So a lot of persons already see that it is concerning as a supposed strong opposition party, that there is a tendency that a group of persons may establish a new political party, possibly the Obidient Movement political party, or Peter Obi may pitch his tent with an existing political party and creating a new force ahead of 2027. I mean, with what is up...
His tent with probably another political party. Esther, let me tell you, that message, that statement by Labour Party that they have the grassroots movement or whatever, is just a mere flashy. It's just a face-saving threat. There is nothing, Esther. The only state they have, that is Abia State, just conducted their local government election sometime in November. Remember that even the sitting governor is already dead. That is even Abia State, where the sitting governor is a Labour Party governor. The only state they have.
And the sitting governor is a Labour Party governor. I don't understand.
Yes.
The sitting governor is a Labour Party governor. Are you referring to Abia State?
Yes, I'm referring to Abia State.
Okay.
Local government election that was conducted in Abia State that day.
Yes, it was all won by the Zenith Labour Party.
By Governor Lasoti. He went to Zenith Labour Party because Labour Party has no standing even in Abia State as we speak. So when you are hearing them in Labour Party making statement that they have grassroots movement, it's a mere fallacy. It's just a space-saving statement. There is nothing in Labour Party. Okay, every other local government election that was conducted around this nation, did you hear of Labour Party in any of the states? The glory Labour Party had in 2023 general election, is it reflecting in any of the local government election that went round in sometimes in November, October, November, December last year in all the states? Can you count any of it? That's to tell you that Labour Party is almost extinct. Just look at the carcass. We are seeing carcass of Labour Party as we speak. There is nothing in it any longer.
Mr. Elvis Ali-Mehle, where is Julius Abure? Where is Lamidi Akpakpa? Where is Arabambi? These were the persons that were very active and vocal during the tribunal. Even post the tribunal, after the Supreme Court gave its judgment, these individuals were very vocal until eventually Arabambi and Lamidi Akpakpa showed support towards Julius Abure. Now, you recall that the secretary of the Labour Party at the time had accused Julius Abure of huge financial infractions. At the time, Julius Abure denied all of these allegations against him. But there are speculations, specifically from critics and sources, that possibly undisclosed that Julius Abure or other Labour Party executives may have been bought over with huge amount of money to destabilize the Labour Party and discredit the party to weaken the strength of Peter Obi. Do you think there's any truth in this? Just because they've been quiet, is it possible that monies were collected, they have enriched themselves, and right now they are not challenging anything at all as an opposition party?
Esther, those names you mentioned, the Aburis, the Arabambi, and the Lamidi Akpakpa, those are the people we should ask the big question: what has happened to Labour Party? At the end of 2023 general election, we saw that Lamidi Akpakpa and Arabambi were in a different fashion against Julius Abure. And even when we were going to court, we saw that Julius Abure, Lamidi Akpakpa was not in support of Obi's being in court against APCs. You remember part of Obi being in court against APCs. You remember when he was even insulted in the court, by some Obidients that time. Turn around, that Lamidi Akpakpa, Arabambi, and Julius Abure are now dining and whining on the same table against Peter Obi, who brought the glory to Labour Party in 2023 general election. So that's to tell you, Esther, that there's something amiss, within the Labour Party, that they have not told us the truth. So Labour Party, most of those Labour ruling parties have brought Labour Party to its knees as we speak.
All right. So is there a possibility that unofficially, undisclosed, that maybe Peter Obi may pull out anytime soon, or decamp to another political party, or pitch his tent with another political party, just like what happened in Abia State, whereby we had an alternate party win the local government elections, which is the Zenith Labour Party? Do we see that in the works?
Well, if Obi can do his own work very well, Zenith Labour Party is a better opportunity for him to move to, because if you look at it, Zenith Labour Party was able to almost clear all the local government in Abia State that day. If they can begin to work with Zenith Labour Party and begin to able to share a common ideology, I see Peter Obi moving to such parties, with his Obidients group to try in 2027 general election.
Mr. Elvis, did you see what happened in Edo State during the tribunal, where the star witness for the People's Democratic Party almost got arrested today? The question is, why would a witness all of a sudden would want to be arrested? By who? Because the EFCC called and said that they were not responsible for the arrest of the star witness. They distanced themselves. So who were these individuals that wanted to take the star witness of the PDP at the tribunal, which commenced today? Also recall that there were thugs also at the center. Exactly what is this? What's the meaning of this?
Yeah, it's a very confusing situation in a state. I'm so ashamed of what is coming out from my state. The star witness, we saw them yesterday that they went to the EFCC. They say EFCC came to the hotel to arrest them because they don't want them to be in court. Unfortunately, EFCC, and I don't know the relationship between EFCC and APC and the election tribunal in Edo State. Nigerians have to ask them what is the relationship, what is the correlation, because if election is conducted and PDP has gone to court.
Mr. Elvis, the PDP are accusing the APC of sending thugs to disrupt the sitting of the Edo State Election Petition Tribunal.
Yes.
No, there were reports of gunshots fired near the venue of the Justice Wilfred Kochi-led 3-member Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. And this is the first day of the tribunal. So what is this? Why do we have such breakdown of law and order, such supposedly undemocratic attitude towards things as sensitive as election tribunal proceedings?
That's why I'm coming to Esther. It's a very frustrating situation because it is even APC that says go to court if you feel agree. The political party PDP is in court, and you are now sending talk to disrupt the court proceeding or whatever. It is a shame. We don't know how this government want to actually entrench democracy in Nigeria, because democracy thrives on justice, equity, and good conscience. Unfortunately, all these ones are being eroded under this present dispensation of democracy we have in Nigeria, the leadership of President Ahmed Tinubu. If you say go to court and somebody is in court, why will you be sending talk? If you know that the election, that the result that was announced by INEC is against your candidate, let the court do his job and let the truth, be thrown to the open for Nigerians to actually celebrate the democracy that we have at the moment. So I'm still confused. I'm still frustrated about what is actually going on with APC in Edo State at the moment.
All right, Mr. Elvis.
The governor can.
All right, we need to wrap up now. We have a program coming up very soon, but obviously we're going to have more of this conversation during the evening rush. So I sincerely do appreciate you as well. We're calling you later to give us your in-depth perspective to some of these controversial issues that we read out or on the World News at 6.
Thank you so much, Esther.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. To wrap up here again are the top stories. Impeached South Korean president taken to detention center for questioning. President Tinubu Shetima governors celebrate Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Military bans drone use in northeast Nigeria meet security concerns. Mahdi Shehu arrested again by the DSS. APC speaks on Tinubu's involvement in Obasanjo's impeachment. That's a wrap on the World News at 6. My name is Esther Machuku.
So guys, for me, yes, I'm happy that Peter Obi will be leaving the Labour Party. But one thing I keep emphasizing on is, are we still going to this election the way we went last year with the same INEC chairman, with the same, regulations, around INEC? Are these the same things that we are still going to be going to this 2027 presidential election with? I think for me, I've always think that Nigerians should be calling out the Tinubu's government to sack Mahmood, because we can't afford to have Mahmood again run the next election with all the blunders that were committed in the last election. Also, Nigerians should also be talking about some reforms, because we saw things that went wrong in the last election. Can we now say BVAS are relevant? Can we now say IREF is important? Can we now say, Nigerians seeing INEC uploading these results real time, are they part and parcel of what we should be looking forward to? And other things, other things that we must have learned from during the last election. We should insist that these things are fixed, because we can't go into this election. People will risk their lives, come out to campaign. We saw the 1 million man march. We saw the 2 million man march. We saw the 3 million man march. We saw all the marches that went on across the nation. And Nigerians are like, it's not an easy task for somebody to come out, considering what is happening in Nigeria. It's not an easy task. So, are we just going to go into this election the way we went last year without, especially sacking the INEC chairman is a must. It's a must that Nigerians should insist on. So, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.